Okay, so we're going to do functions in this one, but before we go and do that, I'm going to correct a little error I made. When I did the last video, I typed in here 65 expecting it to produce the letter A because it's a char. What I should have done was I should have just typed in 65 without the brackets, without the little diblet, whatever they call them things. I never remember what they're called. And then it would have worked. So if I run this now, that won't produce 65. It will produce the letter A. In my rush to be clever, I didn't give it any thought. See, 65 is the key code for the letter A, so that's what should have happened when I run this last time. So that was a stupid mistake in my behalf. Anyhow, never mind, this is all going now. We're getting rid of all this, so that's going, and what we're going to do now is we're going to make a function. We don't need to add any headers for functions, so what we need is we need to do an int. We're going to multiply some numbers, so something like that, and then we're going to go we're going to go int A, comma, int B, return A and B, and we use the times sign in the middle of it. Then in here we will do int result equals multi 5 times 10, and then that will be, then we'll print it out, the result of it. So from here, if we do that, I'm going to do these different. I'm going to do these to match my because obviously I pre-do this so as I can read off of, I got a second screen that I read off of so as I can do the I don't know where that's, what that is there. I have no idea what that is. What's going on? I don't know what that tab thing is. It's arrived on my screen and I don't know how to get rid of it. That's clever, isn't it? Right, let's do that. Okay, that seems to have moved it. Right. Okay, so if we run this now, we should get is the product is 15. So that should give us that, and it does. Okay, so then what we could do then is if we wanted to do different ones, Control C, let's do this a couple of times. So then we could have result 1, result 2, 4 by 5, 6 by 5, and we're going to make sure we change these. If we don't, it'll just print out the same numbers on all of them, and there we go. And if we run that, oh, some debugging. I like a bit of debugging. What have I done wrong there? Oh, I see. Silly beginner's mistake. And if we run that, there we go. Actually, what we ought to do, just quickly, let's just go back to that a minute and make that error again. And let's make that error again, because there's a good way of seeing what happened there. And it's telling you which line the error is on. So it's on line 17 is where the error is. Here. and usually an error will show up as a red line underneath it as well, which also makes it easy. But that's quite. Anyhow, the other way we can do this, if we don't want all this, have to write all this code out to do these 3 simple tasks, what we could do is we could change this slightly to void. Let's call it multi-void, and it's going to be int A, int B, and we're then going to do it's going to come down through there, and we're going to, on here, we're going to go something like that. Only we're going to put an int in front of that. It's very easy to get carried away. Equals A and B. That clears that. That does that. This needs to be result and not A and B. In there, and then theoretically what we can do then is, instead of doing this, we can simply do this. Let's go back, let's control D, and we'll do the same again with this. We'll go 3 and 5, 3 and no 4 and 5. If I knew what I was doing, I'd be really good at this. It's just a shame I don't. Keep the numbers the same. And now theoretically, as you can see, we've done all of that code there in just those 3 lines of code there. Get the same result, but a lot less code. And of course, in a large code base, if you were doing, you know, if this was a large project, being able to turn things into functions like this, you could then do that. You could change that to an add, so you could do plus, you could do minus, divide. You could make a calculator with just that pair of functions, basically. Very basic calculator, but you could make a calculator. And there you go. How about that? I think that's enough for this little video to take in. Anyhow, thanks for watching if you did.